Welcome, I'm your host Lee Adams, and today we have a very special group of student athletes. These athletes and their coach have really achieved something remarkable, so remarkable we wanted to invite them to come in and spend some time with us. It's the Mount Lebanon girls varsity girls basketball team, and if you haven't heard about them, you've been kind of living under a rock, because all they've done is been to 4 consecutive state championships, and they've won 3 consecutive state championships in the state of Pennsylvania at the highest level of competition in this state. So some great athletes, some great students, a great coach, and we have them here today. And I want to introduce the 3 seniors that are with me right here today in our first segment. Our first senior is Paige Castleton. Welcome, Paige.
Hello.
And our next to Paige is Anna Kessler. Welcome, Anna.
Thank you.
And next to Anna is Madison Cable. Welcome, Madison.
Thank you.
You know, Madison, last time you were here, you started laughing. And you just like to laugh, don't you?
Yeah, I like to laugh.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, because I think it's fun. But we'll start with Paige. Paige, you won some type of fashion award. What was it? Explain this.
I won Best Dressed Superlative for the yearbook. So.
Best dressed what?
It's like a superlative for the yearbook.
What does where's the superlative in the dress mean? What's that mean?
Like
Everyone votes.
Yeah. Yeah, like everybody votes in this class. Like all the seniors voted for like best athlete, like most intelligent, or like best dressed. So I won best dressed.
Wow. Were you going for that?
Not really.
And do you get dressed up a lot in school?
Yeah, pretty much every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
So you like wear dresses and heels every day?
Yeah, I mean, I changed my outfit from school.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to look like out of place. I don't know.
Well, yeah. So, well, that's okay. So, I mean, and this is just something that you want to do. Because not everybody gets dressed up in school. I mean, there's a lot of tennis shoes and T-shirts and blue jeans, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's kind of more fun. I don't know.
And where did that come from? Have you always been that way?
Well, I went to a Catholic school when I was younger, and so we had to wear uniforms all the time. And then whenever I got to wear my own clothes, I kind of would always wear like more fashionable clothes, because I never really got to wear just like sweatpants to school or anything. So whenever I did get to wear my own clothes, I wore like nicer ones. So I've always kind of done that.
Well, on this vein, Anna, where are you on the dress category? Which way do you go on this? Because I remember what I did in high school. There were days where I just went in blue jeans and a flannel shirt. Other days I would get dressed up. So it was dependent on my mood. Where are you with all that?
It's pretty much dependent on my mood. If I feel like being comfortable, I wear like sweatpants and T-shirts. But if I feel up to it, I'll get dressed up sometimes.
Do you ever do it like Paige, do the dress and the heels and all that?
No.
You don't go that far. You don't go that far.
Not the heels that Paige wears. She wears the really fashionable heels.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
Yeah.
And how about you, Madison? Where are you on the fashionista stand?
I pretty much, actually, I wear like a t-shirt and shorts or a sweatshirt every day, or like jeans sometimes. But I don't like to dress up that much for school. I'd rather be comfortable, because we have to sit there all day.
Yeah. Do you ever get dressed up for other events?
I mean, events that I have to get dressed up for, I do, because I don't want to be the one person that's in like sweatpants and everyone else is really dressed up. So when I have to, I do.
Do you like to get dressed up at once in a while?
I don't mind it. It's just not my first choice.
Yeah. So. Yeah. You just like to be comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah. I gotcha. Well, Paige, would you call yourself a fashionista?
I don't really know, because it's not like I try to be in with all the new trends. I kind of just go with what I like, and kind of is fashionable, I guess.
Do people ask you for advice about that, about fashion, since you're so fashionable?
Well, people like ask me to help them pick out outfits and stuff, or like I'll go with people to buy. Like I go with my friends, and they usually ask my opinion of stuff, or people will ask me where I buy my clothes, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I'll try there." I don't know.
Do you watch that show on cable, What Not to Wear?
I watch How Do I Look? It's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's like they have somebody who like wears like a certain style that they really like, but it's kind of not anything anybody else would like, and they kind of like change it a little bit.
Gotcha. Now, Anna, kind of switching to basketball a little bit, you've played on some really incredible basketball teams in your high school career. Now, you come and it's your senior year, and you're going to be counted on to be one of the leaders, not only, on the floor, but also, in the locker room and so forth. What was your gut expectations of this year coming in, just honestly, after you just did 2 spectacular years of playing on the teams that just broke all the records, and now a lot of those seniors graduated. So what was your gut coming into this season in terms of your expectations?
I mean, I was very excited. I knew that the girls that were coming back this year were very motivated to do all this year because of the past years of winning. So even though we were doubted, we still had that motivation to do as well as we could and work hard every day. So my expectations for this year were, very high, I guess, because I knew the talent that we had coming back, and the combination of everyone on the team and just their personalities that we got along and everything. So
did you expect some of the younger players to do as well as they did?
I definitely knew they had it in them. So yes.
Now, Madison, coming off a couple of state championships and you having some incredible games in those championship games, how did you? I'm curious as to how you looked at this year, and the expectations were not only some on the team but on you. So, I mean, how did you try to handle that?
Well, I guess everyone coming back knew what it was like to win. Not just win games, but win the title or whatever. And obviously we all wanted that, and none of us on the team knew winning, losing before that or losing in the playoffs. So we all knew what it's like to win, and that's the only thing that we had on our mind. We didn't think about losing, so everyone was really motivated to do that.
Yeah, but I was wondering about you in particular because you had come in with a lot of, I guess, awards and so forth. I mean, is that hard not to try to block out? And then the expectations, did you feel any personal expectations yourself as to you had to play to a certain level? I mean, I wonder, because not many people are in your position, and yet you are. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering how that works internally.
Well, I mean, for all the awards or whatever, I mean, I appreciate them and everything, but it doesn't really matter to me. I really care more about how the team, our team success and stuff more than personal success. So I didn't really have any expectations for myself, as long as if I tried, did my best, then the team would do well or whatever. Everyone would play well, and then we would have team success. So that's all I really cared about.
But in those big games, did you feel any extra pressure?
Not really. Just like any other game, I guess.
You just went to the Palumbo, you went to Bryce Jordan Center and saying it's just another game.
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you think that's because you were in so many of those games before that it just was something you've been there and done that?
Yeah, I think that definitely helped because we were experienced. It wasn't any surprise, anything that happens, and it was just natural, I guess.
Yeah, Anna, how about you? I think you're in a similar category as Madison in that respect. I mean, a lot was expected of you this year, and then you're playing in these big games. How did you approach that pressure and handle that pressure?
I agree with Maddie. I didn't really think about those things. It was more that, how Maddie said, every game was the same. I wasn't going to change how I played each game, and I knew that our team and everyone surrounding me was, brought it every time. So it wasn't any other pressure or, distractions or anything like that.
So you're looking up at the Bryce Jordan Center and you're seeing this big crowd and you're just saying this is just another game.
Right. Obviously the championship, you do get a little nervous, but at the same time, once you get on the floor, it kind of goes away.
Pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think being there before helped you?
I think so, because, we came back to a place that we've already played before, and it wasn't something new to us.
Paige, what was your role on this team? I know Coach Dory really thinks her seniors have to take some leadership. I mean, and I understand that you played a role, and talk about how you fit yourself into the team?
Well, I guess it was kind of just like being there to pump people up or like be peppy.
Peppy.
Yeah, well, I mean, like during the big games, whenever people would get frustrated with themselves, I'd be like, just smile or something. I'd like you know, to try to make them like happy or something, and
Yeah.
realize it's not like the end of the world if they like messed up or missed a layup. But yeah, kind of just like that, and like I don't know, being able to because I wasn't really like super nervous, but I mean, I was there to like help the people that were nervous
Yeah.
to like calm down and just be like, just play. I don't know.
Have you always been like that? Where do you think you got that you were really supportive like that? Because that's important, you know. There's way more than just the game. There's practice, there's locker room, there's bus rides. So where did that come from, that part of you?
I don't really know. I mean, a lot of people think I should be a cheerleader, so maybe that's like maybe like people are like, why do you play basketball? But I don't know. So I guess it's just like my whole personality. I really don't
Yeah.
know if it comes from a specific thing.
Madison, what's the story on the wand? You wanted to talk about that, didn't you?
The wand. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the wand.
Where did the wand come
It
from?
originated in Arizona when we went there for a visit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who found it?
Well, it's my wand. I'll take
Credit for that.
yeah, I'll take credit for bringing the wand, Liz. But I brought it to Arizona just because I like shoved a bunch of weird random items in my bag just for fun. And we got there and like me and Paige and Liz were in our room. Anna was sleeping.
Yeah,
And Emma was just MIA.
yeah, Emma was somebody.
But oh yeah. But or Liz happened to grab the wand out of my bag, or like I don't know, it fell and she picked it up and then she was just like all of a sudden she was like, I've been holding this wand for 2 hours and haven't put it down. So then me and Paige were like, you have to set a world record for the longest time anyone's ever held a wand.
Yeah.
And then the coaches hated us after that.
Yeah.
The coach what?
I'm just kidding. Well, we
Hated
thought they thought it was funny, but they didn't.
No.
No.
Well, is it maybe funny if you're winning and not funny if you're not?
Yeah, probably. That probably had something to do with it. If we were like 1-3, and then we had to get rid of the wand.
Did you? But did you keep it?
I still have it.
Oh, you still have
Yeah.
it? Did you ever pull it out ever again?
Oh my gosh! After we got back from Arizona, and we didn't do bad. It's just we just didn't win really.
Yeah.
I put it in my drawer and I refused to touch it the whole rest of the season because I thought we would lose or it'd be superstitious and stuff.
Well, so it just stayed in your drawer.
yeah.
Nobody saw it again.
I mean, I would see it every time I opened my drawer and I would just look at it and stare. But
It was mentioned.
Did you talk to it?
yeah, I talked to it, and like we have a Facebook group of the wand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we like will comment, like they'd be like, "Can you bring the wand to a game or like a practice soon?" And I'd be like, "No, the wand is grounded, like it can't come out." And, like,
Are people allowed to friend the wand?
no, it's just a group. It doesn't actually have a Facebook. It's just like you can like it and you can comment.
Oh,
on it.
you're just allowed to like it.
And it's private, so that only people that are invited can
But
be
they
in
can
it.
like it.
Yeah.
So if little girls, or well, little kids that are allowed to be on Facebook, if they go on Facebook, they can like the wand.
Yeah, but they'd have to find it. I think it might be hidden though, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You get a lot of hits.
But Paige, you do something. You bring some interesting things to these events. What do you bring?
Well, I just kind of bring whatever I can find in my house. And like, I don't know, my family's really big on as seen on TV things. So, or like for Christmas, that's whenever I got a laminator for Christmas one year. And so then that's when I brought it to the Alabama tournament for the first time last year. And everybody thought it would be really useful, but we ended up laminating a lot of things. Like we had name badges, well, we had lanyards, but and we couldn't lose them, but it didn't like say our name or anything, so I made everybody little name tags that I laminated and like painted little pictures on.
Oh, did you write the names and then laminate them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's unusual.
It's a key success to our winning, right?
Anna, were you in any of those hijinks?
Well, I didn't bring anything, no. But, I mean, other than getting gifts from Paige with her laminator and having the wand wrapped around Liz's hand for 38.
And there's pancakes and stuff.
2 days.
Yeah, we made pancakes in Arizona this year.
Mm-hmm.
Just brought a pancake maker.
It would have been
Pancake
so much
maker.
better if someone
Yeah.
didn't take the syrup out of the
Yeah.
grocery cart, Liz Tomasi.
Yeah.
But sorry.
What, you mean there was no syrup?
No, because
No.
we went to the grocery store and like it was like you bought your own stuff as a room, so we just naturally threw all this weird stuff in, and
We got a gingerbread house.
Yeah, we got all
Yeah,
this stuff.
we got
But
the gingerbread.
Liz decided to take the syrup out of the basket for some reason.
How do you eat pancakes without
I
syrup?
know, I
Very
still am,
sadly.
but
She was mean.
But, well, that's hard to do.
no, the breakfast.
Anna, describe what it's like now that you're a senior and you're done. Describe what it's like to play for Coach Dory, because she can't make you run now. So what was it like for you? Because she's
Debatable.
very, very, would you say intense?
She is, but it's to make like you enthusiastic about playing and like motivated and excited. At practice, there were times where she would just get like so fired up, and it would make you want to practice like harder, and it would make practices a lot more fun. I don't know. She was very, enjoyable to play, like on her
For.
team. Yeah.
But did you ever get yelled at?
Oh yeah. Everyone gets yelled at, but it's to make sure that you're, like what you did wrong, and so you can correct it.
And I want to ask you this, all of you this, because I think I was going to ask Coach Dory this also. Paige, how do you take being yelled at?
Well, I think everybody probably like says the same thing. They take it as like, oh, they want you to do better. They expect more from you, and they're just more like disappointed, not like, I hate you. I don't know. Like they just think you could do better. So you just have to look at it as like a good thing, like constructive criticism.
So is that how you felt when you were getting yelled at?
Yeah.
Okay, because not everybody feels that way. And Anna, you're okay getting yelled at.
Yeah.
Were you used to it before you got to Coach Dory?
Yeah, because I played for my dad too, so he yells at me a lot, so I'm kind of used to.
So he
getting yelled at.
broke you in.
Right.
Yeah. And how about Maddie? How about you? Everybody's different though. I mean, how do you take, or I wonder if you got yelled at much by your coach?
Yeah, everyone got yelled at pretty much, but it didn't really bother me. I don't really care. Like Paige said, it's just trying to help, and like we'll talk about this sometimes. Any of our coaches who yelled at us probably don't even remember after practice like what they yelled at us for. It's not like personal or anything. I mean, it might be what we don't know about.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I guess there's a perception out there that you can't yell at girls like you can yell at boys. And I think we adults talk about this. So I want you to give me your spin on us adults, we talk about this. You can't yell at girls like you yell at boys. So just knowing that adults say this, what do you think about that, Paige?
I don't know. I guess people just think like boys aren't as like emotional and like don't really think things like through afterwards. I don't know. And girls more hang on to things, and I don't know. They might be more like, do they hate me? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
but-
So that's I think exactly what we're thinking. So you're saying that it's okay though to just yell. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I like if you're being yelled at for something like involving like the way you're playing or something, I understand like if you're gonna yell at somebody for that.
Yeah.
So like I think that's fine.
So comment on what I just said, Anna, about the boys and the girls.
No, I agree with Paige. Like, I feel like people think that girls are more sensitive about what is said, and they think about like every little detail that was said a little more, and boys kind of forget about it. But like playing basketball, I think that if you're getting yelled at in that aspect, it really doesn't matter like how much you're getting yelled at, like the difference between boys and girls.
Now, I've heard some people, Madison, say that the Mount Lebanon girls play like boys. Have you ever heard that?
I think so. I think I've heard that before.
And what do you think about that when you hear that?
Well, I mean, that's I'd say a good thing, because like a lot of times the perception of girls is they're like wimpy and they don't like hustle and they're not like physical and stuff, and that's how boys play. So if that's like how how we're playing or people think we play, then that's definitely a good thing.
I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great compliment, and it's been said quite a bit, and I think that's part of why you guys are so successful. Did you, speaking of the physical, how did you go, how were you with the physical? You played underneath Paige, so you know you're playing against girls on this team that are not afraid to bang. And I mean, how did you embrace the physicality of basketball?
Well, in practice, whenever we like split up into like forwards and guards, Coach Satira brings out like a little blocking pad, and we'll do like a power dribble and run into that and then shoot a layup. So I think we practice a lot, like the physicality of it.
And you're okay with that. How about you, Anna?
I mean, we don't use a block or anything like that for going to the hoop because we're not bigs, but I mean, we do a lot of different like drills that I feel like are very tough in a way, like just to make us better. They're not, easy, let's go shoot around drills. So we definitely, work very hard.
Do you think it's important to be physical to be successful?
I think so, just to mentally, make you more physical also, because I don't know how to describe it, but if you have a problem with like getting hit, then you're probably gonna have problems with dealing with mental issues, and I don't know.
Well, Madison, you it seemed to me you never shied away from the physical part of playing basketball.
Yeah, it never really bothered me. It's part of the game, so you got to get used to it, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, you would take charges and, ram into people, and you just didn't even think twice about it. And I always felt like that was one of the parts of your game that I always liked, because I think someone that can score, that's one thing. And that's a great thing, because not many people can do that. Even though everybody wants to do that. But see, what I liked about what you did was you did the rest. You did the diving on the floor. You did the taking the charges. And I mean, did you always play like that? Or, I mean, it's really a blue collar style of basketball. So where'd that come from, Madison?
I don't know. I guess I really don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's okay. I mean, but it's wherever it came from. I thought it just, there's a lot of respect for your game. Now, I'm guessing you feel like you really got to embrace that at the next level.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like all the hustle, like diving on the floor or whatever for a ball, like some people wouldn't do it just because they'd be like, there's no point or whatever. But I mean, like anything could happen, I guess, and like even at the next level, like you need everything you can do, like you have to do it or whatever. So I think it's important.
Have you thought much about the next level yet?
I haven't. I thought about it a little, but I'm just trying to not really think about it, I guess, right now.
Just enjoy where you're at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why not? Why not? You deserve it. Anna, how about where you're going? You're going to William and Mary to play basketball. Have you thought much about that?
Not really yet. Like you said, and Maddie said, still trying to like enjoy what's left here, but partially. But I think it'll sink in more whenever we start to get like our workouts scheduled for them. So.
Yeah. And Paige, where your future plans? Where are they? What do they involve?
I'm going to Virginia Tech for engineering.
Oh wow.
And yeah.
That's a great school. That's tough. I mean, what made you pick engineering?
Well, I've done a lot of engineering camps, and so yeah, I like it. I don't know. And I'm creative too, so I thought that would be like taking like arts and crafts to like a job kind of type thing, and so that's engineering really.
Well, if you graduated engineering, I think you're going to get a job. That's a great thing, because not everybody does. So that's a great school and a very good major. Any particular kind of engineering?
I think electrical.
Yeah, that's great. And Anna, how about you? Have you thought about your major at William and Mary?
Not really yet. I've thought of a couple things, but haven't really set a specific one yet.
in Madison at Notre Dame, have you thought of any major possibilities?
Not really. It's just like Anna. I haven't figured anything out. So.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to ask you is the little girls that come to watch you play. They come into your locker room, they want your autograph, and all of the adoration that you get from the young girls in Mount Lebanon that Coach Dory has been able to kind of organize and bring them your way. I mean, how did that affect you, Paige? Well, how did you look at that in terms of who you were for these little girls?
Well, I guess you definitely have to be, like, make sure you're a role model, because if they're looking up to you, like, you want to make sure, like, they like what, like, parents like it, and, like, they want their kids to be like that too. So you really, I mean, I really didn't have to think, like, oh, I have to make sure, like, I'm doing everything right. But I think you have to be a role model for them and, like, know that little kids are looking up to you and to not make mistakes.
And how about you, Anna? How did you feel about all that?
I agree. You do have to, it's not like, you know, we make mistakes like that or act crazy, even though we are kind of crazy in our own little ways. But, I mean, there's so many of the little kids that look up to us that will walk, like, uptown Mount Lebanon, and they'll be up there too. So you just have to be careful of how you do act, just in case for some reason, you know, you would act in a way that our parents wouldn't really want their kids to be like or have a role model like that.
And how about you, Madison?
Yeah, pretty much what they said too. But I don't know, I remember when I was little, like, going to any basketball game, like, looking up to all the players, like, whatever, boys or girls, and thinking they were, like, awesome and stuff. So that's what they think of us. So you just have to be nice and, like, you know, like, sign whatever they want signed, just because it'll make their day. So. Yeah.
And one of the other things I just want to leave with you, Madison, is you like to have fun, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And so, like, what does that help you in playing basketball?
I mean, yeah, I like to have fun when I play basketball, but I guess whenever I'm, like, playing in games or practice, I get really serious. It's not like I laugh and stuff, but it's not like the whole time I'm laughing. So I guess I'm kind of different.
Well, but basketball is fun too, right?
Yeah.
To play.
Oh, definitely. It's
but it's also work.
Uh-huh.
Because Coach Dory is not going to let you just kind of do what you want to do.
Right.
Because she wants you to get after it.
Exactly.
And that's why you guys are so successful. Well, anyway, I want to thank the three of you, three seniors, to come 3 consecutive state championships. That's absolutely incredible. And I can't even imagine what that's like. Most people can't. So I think it's a wonderful way to leave Mount Lebanon, my goodness. And Paige, great luck to you. Our best wishes at Virginia Tech and engineering. You got a lot of work ahead of you. That's a big challenge, but that's a great school. I've been down there. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. Anna, William and Mary, another fantastic school. You must be excited. And I really wish you the best down there in your basketball, but also school, because you have the rest of your life. And I hope things go well for you, Anna.
Thank you.
And Madison, you know, Notre Dame, they couldn't get a better player, and we're so proud of you for what you've done. I myself am going to miss the three of you, because I feel like I know you from doing all your games, and it's been just a real joy to watch you all three in Madison grow up and develop and become who you are. And do what you did. I mean, what you did was incredible. So Madison, I hope to watch you on TV while you're at Notre Dame playing in the Final Four. And I just want to congratulate all of you and wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Also joining us is the wildly successful coach of the Mount Lebanon High School girls varsity basketball team. She's been at Mount Lebanon for 8 years after a very successful stay at Blackhawk, and she has 2 WPIL championships under her belt at Mount Lebanon and 3 consecutive state championships at the Quad A level. Please let me introduce Coach Dory Oldacre. Dory, it's great to have you back.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
How does this one feel? I mean, this is your 5th state championship, right?
Correct.
How does the 5th one feel today?
Wow, I really don't think about that. I'm just so proud of our girls and what they accomplished in the third consecutive state title. It's just, that was a very tough game. That was different than the other games that we obviously played in the state championship, and it's just something I'll reflect on in the future.
Yeah. Is it different than any of the others? I mean, just from a basic standpoint, you say it was a tough game. Cardinal O'Hara was a tough game. I guess the one in between was not as tough. So coming back after graduating 9 seniors and having 3 come back, I wonder, how you even put this into any kind of comparison to the other ones.
Well, I'll say this: the season was it was a great season. We went through some bumps in the road, but I thought we persevered quite well, and we always came back with a vengeance. The championship game came down to the final shot, and that was the first time that had happened to us, and that's why I thought that game was quite amazing.
It really was. And I mean, when they had the ball and the girls going to the basket, what was going through your mind?
I was really concerned that there was going to be a whistle blown. I was listening for the whistle because they seemed like they were calling the game quite tight, and all I wanted was for us to rebound and get an outlet and let the horn go.
Yeah.
So thank goodness
And that's what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
But I think when that ball went up off her hand, I think everybody from Mount Lebanon's heart was in their throat, and we were all just wondering. But I think you're right. They did call that game close, and you just hoping that there wasn't a whistle, and if they're going to make the shot, earn it, but not at the foul line, right?
Yeah, I was really concerned that it was going to be a shot, there was going to be a whistle blown, and the time was going to be run out, and they're going to hit free throws to win the game.
Yeah.
And it was like, what a relief that did not happen.
Yeah, what a relief. You're right. And now you've been to Penn State 4 times, 4 straight years. I'm sorry. Are you going to buy a house up there?
My husband and I have always talked about retiring there, but not necessarily for that reason. But
you're a Penn State grad, right?
True. I love it. I love it in Happy Valley. But
so you love going up there because it's your alma mater, and you're doing some great things up there. So it's a great place for you, isn't it?
It is. But it's just a great experience to being with the team. I think that's what's more about my enjoyment of going there and being a part of that atmosphere.
Now, you've coached 8 years here, but total of how many years have you coached?
Head coach total would be 12 head coaching, and I think over 20 as assistant in varsity.
So is it 20 in a row? Any gaps in between?
No.
Yeah, 20 in a row.
Correct.
So how do you re-energize yourself each year, and what is the challenges you face on an annual basis as you move forward?
That's what's so fun about it. There's a challenge every day, and there's also a bit of excitement every day and a reward every day in every practice. And there are times where I don't sleep because of some of the things that go on when you lose. But that's what makes it fun. And going through our exit interviews this year, I was pretty excited about what we have coming back next year. So again, I mean, it's just so much fun. There's just so much to it. There's so many variables.
Yeah, speaking of that, you had your young crowd, or your young crew in the game in the majority of that second quarter of the state championship game, and I think everybody after the game was so happy that you won, but I think everybody was talking about that second quarter, and that's the future. And not that you didn't want to just savor that moment, but you kind of in your mind think, I mean, the cupboard's not bare, is it?
True. I was really proud of those younger girls coming in and really stepping up and really doing a fine job. And the thing is, we had prepared them all season long. They were prepared. They'd been in big games, and it was their time to shine, and they did a tremendous job. Unfortunately, we did have players in foul trouble, but
that's part of the game.
It is part of the game.
And that's why it takes a whole team to win.
Absolutely. You can't win a game with 5 players.
Right.
There's no way.
What's the most gratifying thing as a coach? I mean, even beyond championships, just as a coach.
Small steps would be to see that their improvement throughout the year, their improvements in practice. Big steps would be whenever the kids come back and see us during practice, stop in and say hi, or when they get married and have families. That those have been the biggest celebrations for me, to see our girls be successful down the road.
That's great. What's the most fun part of coaching? I mean, you put in so many hours, and it's just such a commitment, but what's fun for you? What's the fun part of it?
Winning.
Winning.
The fun, really, to be honest, is being with the players, our get-togethers, laughing with them. I heard you focus a lot on my yelling, but I call it coaching. You may call it yelling, but we have a lot of fun together. And that's one of the things I'm going to miss about the 3 seniors. All the good times that we did have, whether it was at dinner, whether it was on the bus, and whether it was on the Nittany Lion. I mean, a lot of good times.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to talk about yelling, and not just, I didn't particularly think about you, although I know you yell. But what I wanted to talk about was girls being yelled at, because the perception is boys can take it and girls can't. So you're a coach, you coach girls. Tell us from your perspective what you think about that.
I don't know. I believe it's pretty much apples and oranges with boys and girls. I've really never coached boys, but I'm sure I'd coach them the same way as I would with our girls. We have high expectations, and we're not yelling the first time. It's when we've had to repeat ourselves a few times or really get the kids motivated during practice. So it's, again, and I like what some of the players said, that it is constructive criticism.
I think about that. You talk about high expectations, and it seems to me that you get your girls to do things that other coaches want to get their girls to do. And what I mean by that is playing big time, in your face, pressure, man-to-man defense, in many cases full court. And putting pressure, even in such a way that you could play the worst game that you could possibly play, which might have been the Palumbo Center this year, but yet you're still in the game and have a chance to win because of the pressure that you're putting on the other team. I wonder how you get your girls to do that when other coaches want to get theirs to do that. Do you have anything to say about that?
I don't know what the answers really are, but I wouldn't ask them to do anything that I wouldn't want my coach to ask me to do. So we talk about our players running through walls for us, and if we can get them to that point, that is one of our goals, to get them to do everything that we want them to do and do it at 110% at a different level. The other thing is, like I said before, we have high expectations, but we have tremendous athletes, and they come from great families, and they're willing to work hard. And those are our expectations.
I hear what you just said about asking them to run through walls. And I think that that's a big part of the success in sports, is people just laying it all out there. And I'm wondering, I think a lot of coaches want their players to do that, but you actually get your players to do that. And I'm wondering if you feel that they need to like you, and or maybe that's not important to you, or respect you, or what's important to you that your players look to you as?
I think it's a trust factor. I think I'm the type of person, I'm going to wear it on my sleeve, and I'm going to tell you how I feel, and you have to live with it, whether it's good or bad. It's going to come out, and I think that's one of the things you have to respect, that whether it's good or bad, we're going to tell you.
So,
and that's part of life.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's a great life lesson. It is a great life lesson, because these girls are going to the real world, and they're going to find out that they're not going to just be handed things. They have to earn it, and they have to earn your playing time, and then they have to earn a win, and there's things you have to do that. But I wonder, you've been in charge for 12 years as a head coach, you're saying?
Correct.
And so you're asking them to do this and do that and be accountable to you. And do you ever, and how, I wonder, So do you feel accountable to anybody?
Oh, everybody. I'm accountable to their families, to them. I'm accountable to them. And obviously my community, my athletic department, my school district, definitely accountable.
Because I heard a story about you when you lost to Baldwin this year. You weren't real happy about it, and you were apologizing about that. And I just hear things, you know.
Okay.
And I thought that was funny because, or not funny. I thought it was interesting because you really must. That just told me you really take this to heart.
I will tell you this: my heart was broken. It really affected me, and I believe I told the players that was my loss. I lost that game for us, and I took that to heart, and I didn't want that to happen again. And I lost a lot of sleep over that. But what broke my heart even more so was when we lost to Shaler. My heart wasn't broken for me; it was broken for our players. And I really felt that our kids gave everything they had, their hustle, their heart, their energy, and it just wasn't meant to be that night. But going back to the Baldwin game, I really felt that was my loss, not theirs. And they didn't own that loss, I did.
Speaking of the Shaler game, you've had such unbelievable success here. I mean, unbelievable. Immeasurable, probably will never be ever duplicated. Who knows, though? Who knows? But Shaler game was really an interesting night because you were favorites. I think pretty significant favorites because you had been there so many times and just the experience factor alone. And I'm not sure you could have played a worse game that night. It was just really, it was just something that just didn't come together. How did you and the team deal with that? Because that must have been crushing. I mean, I know I felt horrible, but I can't even imagine how you felt. Can you describe that?
I'm actually trying to remember exactly what I told the players in the locker room. We were obviously very disappointed, but we had to move on. There's a next game. We really had to flush it. There are absolutely no excuses, and we'll make no excuses for how we played. But what was really interesting is going back and having the players watch the film of that game. And we actually got excited about, we saw our mistakes and saw, well, you know what, we can definitely improve. And I don't know if we could play any worse. So that was actually kind of a way of looking at it, that we were definitely hungrier.
Well, it was a tough place to play a game like that because it's hard to get to those kind of games. But, I thought you rebounded so well. And do you think it almost maybe re-energized you to really, okay, we fell short here, but we got a big goal here, and let's go get that. Do you think you kind of worked it in your favor a little bit?
I believe so. And you wonder, if you look at a crystal ball, looking back, if we would have won the WPIAL, would we have won the state championship? Would we have just been satisfied just with the WPIAL? So, there's just a lot of factors. And like, again, what we told the kids is, how do you handle a loss? How do you handle this? And we'll find out who we really are after this loss. And I think we did. And I think that's a really attribute to our players and our team.
Well, I have a saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Absolutely.
And I feel that's something that experience showed you. And, I was watching I was watching an interview of a cardinal when the last pope passed away, and they were talking to him, and he was saying, a rich life is not just joy. It's everything. It's joy, it's loss, it's tragedy, it's pleasure, it's all this. And I'll never forget that. And really, that's what sports gives you, because you're not going to win every game. It's almost impossible to do. But yet, you were in a big stage, a big crowd, and it just didn't work for you that night. But the sun came up the next day, and you had a chance to go do something even more special. So I guess it makes this season pretty special to go through something.
I think we had everything that you just said there in that season other than tragedy.
Yeah.
So I think we're pretty lucky people.
Yeah, I think you are too. And I think you're teaching these girls such phenomenal life lessons just by what they're involved in. Don't you think?
Oh, I hope so. I'm trying.
Yeah, it's interesting. So now, Mount Lebanon and Blackhawk, what are the differences? You were there and you're here. What are the differences between players and the community and how it is?
There aren't too many differences. The community really supported the teams at Blackhawk, and just like here at Mount Lebanon, probably the biggest wish I wished for our Mount Lebanon team is we'd have the same student following that we had at Blackhawk. We have a tremendous adult and student population of the younger girls and younger boys following us. I just wish our high school. We have a few great groupies that come to our games, and I don't know if you should call them groupies, but we would love to have a student body like we see some of the other teams have. And I think that'd be one of the only big differences, because when we were at Blackhawk, we had a tremendous high school student body that followed us. It'd be nice to see that happen for our Mount Lebanon girls.
Sure. You've had some unbelievable success. 5 state championships. Most coaches would do anything for 1. You've got 5. Now, with that kind of success story, is it, and I mean truthfully, is it hard for that not to get to your head a little bit? And I'm being serious, because that's historical success that in the grand history of all this, there's very few coaches in that conversation. So is that hard not to think a lot of yourself with that kind of success?
Right.
And to think that you know it all. I mean, I would think that it might be hard, but that's why I'm asking.
I hope not. I hope I'm a very humble person. I'm trying to learn every day, and every chance I get. I read a lot of books, I read a lot of basketball, and I'm always trying to pick other people's brains, because I definitely do not know it all. And again, I'm trying to learn every day, and I hope I'm a humble.
Can you be a coach and a friend to a player?
I hope I have been. I think there's a fine line there.
That's what I was wondering about. And how do you navigate that line?
That's probably a better question for the players than for me. I like to think that I'm always there for them when they need me, whether it's now or down the road. And just, I'm not their buddy, I'm not their pal, but I'm there for them.
Yeah. And I think that that's really important for any student athlete to know.
And I'm not their moms either.
And some of them call you your mom.
I know,
yeah.
And I'm not.
But I think that's the important thing. When you're asking a kid to run through a wall for you, I really feel that they need to think that you really care about them and have their back and their best interest. I mean, is that something you think about when you're asking them to do things that most other kids aren't doing?
Absolutely. I do. I mean, I wish I was pushed as much as, I push them. And, it's all give and take.
How do you do everything you do? You're a teacher, coach, and have a family. How do you do that with a family?
It's very difficult, but my husband makes it unbelievably easy for me. He does everything. And I kind of just come home and say, what do you want me to do?
How lucky are you?
I'm very fortunate. I'm truly blessed.
Oh my gosh. What team do you think was the best you coached?
Best?
The best.
Oh, wow. Oh, I don't know.
You don't want to go there.
No, I don't even know. I mean, they're all just so special. I don't know about best teams. I live in the moment, so this year's team. But we've had some tremendous runs. And the other thing is the foundation was set prior to these last 4 years. There have been some tremendous players that have come through and really worked hard. And I think that's what happens with our team. The older kids really push themselves and really are role models for the younger ones and how to really excel on the court.
Now, you're an elementary school teacher. How important is that to you and what you do every day?
Oh, it's my life. I'm a teacher first, and what I teach in the classroom, I try to bring to the court and teach on the court as well. My second graders they love the girls, and they love when they visit, and so it's a big part.
Are they afraid of you?
My second graders?
Your second graders.
I think they know the look, but I don't know. I'm sure.
Well,
I'm afraid of me.
with the success that you've had, and you have assistant coaches, and you've done things that have worked, and they've been proven to have worked. I mean, you just look at the banners. How do you handle dissenting opinions from assistants or players? How do you handle that?
I will say this too. I hate to say this, but in the interview I've said I a lot, but it's a we. It's Coach Satira, it's Coach DeAndrea, and myself. We make decisions together. And there's really not dissension among the staff. We really communicate well, and we really talk out lineups and who's going to match up with whom. And I'm not always right, and most of the time I'm wrong with the matchups prior to the game. And we break down a lot of film, and we work together. We're really, really close friends.
So you're very open and allow a lot from your assistants.
I would be foolish not to.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all, you can be good, but you're better as a team.
Coach
right?
Satira and Coach DeAndrea could be a head coach anywhere at the varsity level. They could pick their schools. That's how smart and how basketball IQ they have. They're tremendous.
We've talked in the past about the different parts of your coaching. You have your preparation, you have your X's and O's, you have your adjustments in the middle of a game, you have this, you have that. What do you think is one of the major reasons from your coaching style that has brought some of the success? I mean, what's one of some of your biggest strengths you think you bring that has really given your team an edge, do you think?
I think my willingness to learn more and listen to others, and really try to bring in tougher drills, different drills, and keep a variety of drills going on in our practices. And again, really being open to my staff and listening to my staff.
Now, you're a basketball coach, and you want to win basketball games, you want to win basketball championships. But I think that I'm guessing, just from our time together over the years, that you feel it's way more than that. And what you want to impart with these girls as they leave you. Because they come and spend some years and then they're gone. Mm. And so talk a little bit about that. Other than winning a basketball game and how to defend and double team and trap and this and that, what do you want your girls to leave with from you? Or do you?
Well, I don't want them to leave ever, but when they do leave, I want them to be very independent, strong, and able to really be successful in their lives, and to really never back down, never give up, and to really focus on what their agenda is at hand. And hopefully we've instilled that in them. And also to be humble, and to be forgiving, and to give. So hopefully we've tried to instill those kind of life lessons in our young ladies.
Great values, great values. What's your message to youth basketball coaches out there that are trying to teach these little girls or boys how to play basketball? What's your message to them?
Obviously keep it fun, really focus on the fundamentals, really try to teach and just make it a lot of fun for the younger ones. It'll be interesting to see how it all pans out when I'm sitting there watching my own little ones participate and hopefully enjoying the game if they choose to.
I wonder if they'll be as competitive as you are.
I think they already are.
Oh boy. And how about young kids? I mean, young kids watching this, a young girl that has come to your games and really likes your team and likes basketball. What do you want to say to her or him as to they want to be a high school basketball player?
I think one of the things too, and this may not be the answer to your question, but being a part of a team can be an unbelievable experience. There's nothing like having teammates that you can always count on. And that's one of the things that I've always pushed, that our team is a family, and being a part of a family and having great chemistry. There's nothing like being a part of a terrible team, not necessarily terrible in the sense of wins and losses, but that doesn't get along. And we try to really squash that. So I would say for young people, being a part of a team, no matter what team it is, whether it's basketball, swim team, tennis team, get involved with team sports. Not that there's anything wrong with individual sports, but.
Yeah, sure. Now, you have 3 seniors, Paige, Anna, and Madison. They have 3 state championships under their belt. Now, that's hard to do. I mean, I don't know too many people that can do that. I think they're in a short group, a very elite group. And then Madison and Anna play in 4 state championship games. So just comment on your seniors.
Well, I mean, what an experience if they have had. And I mean, I can't imagine being in their shoes and walking in their shoes and the experience that they've had, not necessarily knowing what it's like to lose a final game or win a final game that's not being played at the Bryce Jordan Center. I don't think they'll realize the magnitude of it maybe until they're out of college, maybe 10 years down the road. But I think someday they'll look back and be like, wow, what a journey.
Yeah.
And hopefully have a lot of fond memories.
Yeah, yeah. How much pressure do you put on yourself to succeed?
Probably too much. I don't want to fail. I'm afraid of failure. I don't want to fail.
Where does it come from?
Just probably my inner soul. It's just the way I am. It's how I'm built, and just being a part of my family. I don't want to fail.
So this is a good place for you, Mount Lebanon girls basketball coach.
True. But you also have to learn from failure as well, and we try to do our best with that.
Well, even in success, you have some failures, and you saw that this year. But look what you did with that. You turned it around. It was really wonderful to see. Do you have fun coaching?
Love it.
Do you miss it when the season's over?
I do. I was ready to start again 2 weeks after the season was over.
Really?
It was time to, but we haven't yet. So.
What kind of sports do your little girls like?
Probably everything but basketball. No, we don't really know yet. We have them involved in some different activities, so we're going to let them choose.
And the last question I have for you is, how long do you realistically see yourself doing this?
That's a great question. I've put timelines in the past, and I've exceeded the timeline that I put out there. So I really don't know. Right now I'm enjoying it too much, so I don't have a timeline.
But you did do that before.
I did.
And you're past that.
True.
So right now you're just in kind of, let's keep rolling.
True,
mode.
true, yes.
So that's what you're thinking. Well, Dory, you're here like every year, and it's always a pleasure to have you and spend time with you, because I have great respect for you.
Thank you.
And what you've done at Mount Lebanon is incredible. And I know the entire community, the school, they're so proud of you and your girls and what you've done, because you've represented the community so well, and you've represented the school so well. And I mean, you can't ask for any more than that. And so it's just a privilege to become friends with you. And I have nothing but the best wishes for you. And I want to congratulate you on your unbelievable success here. And it's always great to spend some time with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And also joining us today are the 3 juniors of the state championship winning Mount Lebanon girls varsity basketball team. Next to me, junior Liz Tomasi. Welcome, Liz.
Thank you.
Junior Kelly Johnson. Welcome, Kelly.
Thanks.
And junior Emma Pellicano. Welcome, Emma.
Thank you.
Now, what's the deal about moss, Liz?
It's strange. I don't really know why, but they really scare me. And everyone always tells me, but when you kill them, they just turn to dust. But for some reason, they just fly around, and it scares me.
Where do you see them?
like at night normally in the house when
In the
it's
house.
dark and they're flying around.
Yeah. And there's also some about TV. Like, what's your TV watching style?
This is really embarrassing. Why are we starting out with all the embarrassing? But no, I'm
sorry.
kidding.
I'm sorry.
But, well, whenever I was little, I had I don't know if it's an eye problem, but I went to an eye doctor, and I always had to do, like, I would be there for like a half hour, and I'd have like a ton of eye exercises that I had to do. And for some reason, when I watch TV, like I watch it out of one eye. I don't even notice that I'm doing it. But like if you're the TV, like I'll watch it like this. It's really creepy. Like I don't know why.
You watch it on an angle.
Yeah. And so like I'll be watching TV and Kelly can think like I'm staring at her, but really I'm watching the TV. Have no idea Kelly's here.
So do you have one dominant eye?
Yeah.
And is it what, your left?
Yeah.
And you just learned that as a kid?
I don't know why I do that. I really don't know.
So your friends probably think that's funny.
They think it's creepy. I don't know if they think it's funny. They think it's creepy.
Kelly, what's your Facebook style?
Facebook style?
Well, I guess what I mean is, like, do you like Facebook?
Yeah.
And
It's my favorite. It's like on my phone every morning. The first thing I do when I wake up is check Facebook.
oh, so you have a smartphone,
Yeah.
and so your Facebook comes to your phone.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to have them on during class? Have it on?
Not during like structure periods, but I do anyway.
Do you?
Yeah.
How can you? How do you get away with it?
Just like have it under my desk or whatever. And then if teachers say like, "What are you doing?" Like I always like play with like pencils and stuff under my desk anyway. So I'm like, oh, I'm just playing, and I'll like hold up something random and say I was playing with that.
So are you checking your Facebook?
I text a lot.
Do you?
So it's either texting, Facebook, and I have an odd obsession with Twitter now, and I tweet all the time. So, yeah.
Do you?
Emma doesn't have one, but Liz and I do, and we tweet each other
You
all
have
the time.
smartphones.
Yeah.
So but as far as Facebook though, like you love Facebook, you're saying.
I don't love it, but yeah, I do use it a lot.
So you must like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many friends do you have?
We looked before this actually, because I knew you were gonna ask that. I have like 1,400 something, like 1,450
You
something.
knew I was going to ask that.
Yeah, it was on the sheet thing. So.
You're not supposed to tell people about this sheet.
The secret sheet. The secret sheet.
You're not supposed to tell people that you knew or your Facebook friends.
No, but I knew that you were
That
gonna
you knew.
ask
It's
that.
supposed to be natural.
Oh, it's
You're
supposed to be natural.
So,
I didn't even know I was going to ask that question. And Liz, how many friends do you have?
833.
833.
And Emma?
432.
So when you have okay, Kelly, you have a ton of friends. Like
Yeah.
you're over 1,000. Do you know everybody? Do you know all those people?
Yeah.
How can you know that many people?
That's such a good question.
Well, that's funny because like I get made fun of on the team because no matter where we go, I know people that are there. Like we go to Arizona and like someone will come up to me and like know like who I am or whatever. But I'm really social, so when we go away to tournaments, we're staying in hotels for AAU. Like I make friends with people there and like talk to them, and they'll be like, "Oh, you have Facebook," and then like we'll add each other on Facebook, like right then and there because it's on our phones.
So you'll go up to people you don't know and talk to them.
I mean, see, our team's really crazy, and we do like really weird things. Like we had last year, we had a dance off in our hotel with like another like random team. We just went up and like circled around them and like started dancing around them. So like, and then like we just became friends with them. So it just, I don't know.
A dance off.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Wow. Emma, now you played does having less friends than them mean anything? Does that mean anything?
Not as cool. I mean,
Do you even think of that kind of stuff? Do you guys talk about the amount of friends?
No.
No. So that's just an adult thing. But I guess what I want to know, Emma, is what do you think of adults being on Facebook? Is that not cool?
Your mom. I mean, my mom has a Facebook.
I'm friends
Does
with
she?
her.
I mean,
Yeah.
are you friends with her?
Yes, I am.
So she can see what you're saying and who's saying it to you.
Mm-hmm.
How is that accepted today in the high school world? Is that something that you guys think is okay or you wish didn't happen?
I mean, I don't mind my mom looking at my Facebook. I don't really have anything.
To hide.
Yeah, but I guess if you did, then it would be annoying.
Yeah, well, Kelly, since you're the Facebook aficionado, what is your position on adults on Facebook? Because I've heard the term creeper, or what,
Stage 5 creep.
is that what that's called?
Yeah.
For adults doing that?
Actually, my parents don't have Facebook. They're pretty much really far behind when it comes to that kind of stuff. But like, I'm friends with Mrs. Pelicano. Like, I requested her, so it's not like she was creepishly like requesting me. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's fine. Like, just looking out for your kids to have like, and having like an eye on what they're doing is so acceptable, especially like nowadays with like people that are creepy on Facebook. Stop laughing at me.
So Liz, what do you think about the adult on the Facebook situation?
Yeah, my mom doesn't have one either. She doesn't really like that, but I mean, I don't really mind. And I mean, if you don't want to be friends with an adult, you just don't friend request them or don't accept them, you know?
Well, how about the defriend? Emma, have you defriended people?
I've never defriended someone.
Have you been defriended?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, yeah, maybe you're not sure. How about you, Kelly?
I have.
Both.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've been defriended. Sometimes, like, my siblings and I get on fights on Facebook, and Holly always defriends us because, like, we just make fun of her. But I don't accept people that I don't know. So, I've never defriended anyone.
Have you been defriended, Liz?
Not that I know of.
Would it hurt your feelings?
Not really.
No.
They don't want to be my friend, then
It is.
I don't
what it
really want to
is.
be theirs, I guess.
It is what it is.
Life lesson.
Now, Emma, you are the soccer player,
Yeah.
and you are the goalie on the soccer team. That has to be such a different kind of a world than playing basketball for Mount Lebanon, is it?
Yeah, it's a lot different, especially, I mean, goalie, like, I'm going to be honest, you don't really run that much, you don't do, but, like, there's a lot of things that benefit in basketball also.
So try to describe the differences of being a soccer goalie. You're sitting in front of this net. You really can't do too much. Although you can come out in the box and get the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And be aggressive. Are you an aggressive goalie?
I'd say so, I guess.
Yeah. And what do you like about doing that? How did you get put on the goal? Because you're athletic, and I would think you could play other positions. So how did you get put back there?
I can't remember, like, not playing it. I guess I just was put there because I was always the tallest kid on the team. And then I ended up liking it, so I just stuck with it.
Well, my experience coaching soccer was a lot of girls did not want to play goalie. They just didn't want to do it. So I had to kind of do goalie by committee and have everybody play goal and just be fair. And there were girls that were really upset about that. But I said, hey, we got to be fair. So did you ever run into that, or were you just a goalie anyway?
I mean, a lot of people say you kind of have to be crazy to be a goalie, like, I don't know, diving in front of shots and stuff, but I've always liked it. Like, I like the rush, the adrenaline, so.
Do you get hit in the face with balls?
I mean, I have before, but it's not anything major. Or,
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
I mean, but are you what they would describe as fearless? You'll just go like if a forward's coming and they got the ball and they're getting ready to kick it and you're close to the ball, you'll go to dive on the ball even though they might be kicking it at you. You'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll give yourself up for the team.
I guess.
Yeah. So you were always like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Does that help you in basketball?
Definitely. Like, the seniors were talking about before, like, hustle and, like, not being afraid to, like, get on the floor. So I guess it helps with that.
Now, Liz, you were injured most of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And how hard was that for you? Because I've watched you play as a young person all the way up, and you've always had success. And then all of a sudden you're sitting, and you're watching everybody have all this success. So what was that like for you individually?
It was really hard on me, especially because like coming into that year, I was really excited because I knew I would be playing a lot more than I had the previous years, and I was really, really excited. And then it was just like all of a sudden, there I was on the bench game after game after game, and it got to the point where I couldn't stand anymore. Like I was about to run out there in my boot and just like start playing because it's just so hard to watch after it's like been so big part of your life, and to not be able to play it for so long and just watch. But I mean, I loved watching these guys too. I wish I could have been out there with them, but I loved getting to watch them as well.
Do you think you learned anything from that?
Definitely. So I've learned so much. I've become like stronger mentally. I've become like on the court. It's one of those things where it's like, it just, that fire in you is stronger because you know what it was like without it. And it's like when you're out there, you're going to give all you have because, you know, it could be your last game. You never know.
So that really helped you in a pretty tangible way.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key, is to try to make adversity into some benefit, you know. And it sounds like you did that.
Yeah, I think I did.
That's great. Now, Kelly, you have a lot of older siblings. They were all athletes. Are you the baby?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So what's it like being in a family where you had a lot of athletes, older brothers, sisters that were good athletes?
I don't know. I like it. I like especially being the youngest out of the mix of us 6, and I think that it's better for me. You were talking to Maddie about how she just goes out there and like gives her body up, and like you were saying that to Emma and stuff. And I think it's a lot easier for me, especially getting that at a young age with 3 brothers, like that would just like tackle you when we were playing football outside and stuff like that. Like it wasn't too hand touch like some people do, but I think it was beneficial having all older siblings.
No doubt about it. No, I used to beat on my little brother, and it made him a much better, and playing one-on-one basketball and just being real physical, but when he got to his age, he was beating on those people because his older brother was beating on him, so it helped. I could see how that would be beneficial to you. Now, Emma, you know, soccer, it was a disappointing ending, you know, with losing that first round and penalty kicks and all this, and I was there, and you know, I remember seeing you on the court afterwards, like when you started playing basketball. Do you remember our conversation?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and it was about how did you handle that, because I didn't really think it was your fault at all, because those kids kicked that ball like where no goalie could get, and your players just had some they call it unlucky, and had some unlucky kicks. And so it was kind of an upset. You guys got upset, and so I would expect everybody was very disappointed. So how did you handle that disappointment and turn the switch on to basketball? What was that like for you?
I mean, I was really upset. Like, everyone tells me that it's not my fault, but when you're in that position, it's kind of hard not to take a little blame for it. But I knew afterwards that I didn't want to feel like that again. So I just took that to basketball and worked hard and hopefully didn't get to feel that again.
Yeah. So it turned out pretty well for you, though. And Liz, you know, we had a dinner guest at our house one day. She was a like 6'4" girl that played volleyball for Penn State, and they won a national championship. And we were sitting there, and I said to her, I said, "Do girls wear makeup when they play?"
Okay.
And so I'll tell you what she said after I ask you, do you do that?
Do I wear makeup when I play?
When you play, yeah.
Like if I'm at school and I have makeup on, I'm not going to go home and take it off. But if I've been at home all day and I have a basketball game, I'm not going to go like pretty up for it.
Yeah. And what do you guess she told me? Take a guess.
With volleyball, I would guess yes.
Yes, she does do makeup, and here's why she said it. She said, you know, they were in a national championship game. They've won the national championship several years in a row. They're like the Mount Lebanon girls basketball team is the Penn State girls volleyball team. That's how successful they are. And I said, do you wear makeup? She said, yeah. And I said, why? And she said, because there's HD TV out there. People can they zoom right in on us and they can see us. So I just never thought about that. But you just go with whatever you got going at the time.
Yeah.
But you're not going to pretty up for
Right.
for that. Kelly, now, you know, you had to deal with some big games this year and some pressure games. You know, the Palumbo, the Bryce Jordan Center, with a lot of heat. And you're in a situation where you're handling the ball a lot of times. How did you handle the pressure?
I think that a lot of the pressure got lifted off my shoulders when I, just like by the trust that I have in my teammates, to know that I could give the ball to any one person and feel safe doing it, even Emma bringing the ball up the court or something, like I would trust Emma bringing the ball up the court if I had pressure on me and there's no one on her. Like I would give it up to her, no problem. Like I might get yelled at for it, maybe a little. might not want to do it, but if I had to, I would do it in a heartbeat. So, you know,
That's the truth.
Emma,
love you.
now last year you got in some pretty significant moments. Not a ton of time, but you got in some games, some big games. And that was during a time where you had seniors with a ton of experience and you're a sophomore and you got in some of those games, I recall. Do you think that helped you this year?
Definitely.
How so?
I think it makes you feel more comfortable. Like being on the bench and being in the game are two different things. And playing last year definitely helps like take the step further to like being a starter this year. And it really helps like calm you down, calm the nerves a little bit because you know you can do it. You've been out there before.
Yeah. So that little bit of time you got ended up really helping you a lot. Now, Liz, one of the things that I noticed from you this year was your motor. And, I mean that in a complimentary way because I remember watching you in the Palumbo. And you were just all over the place. You were just putting pressure on anyone that came anywhere near you. And I thought you created so much havoc. And I remember commenting on it about the amount of pressure you were putting. And it was a game you guys had struggled. You guys struggled that night. It was a tough night. It was just one of those days. It happens. But yet, I just felt like you gave so much effort that night. It just really stood out to me and some of the people I was with. Where does that come from?
Well, I guess for me, it's like I always know that like some nights I may not be the best shooter, I may not be the best girl for like a drive or anything like that. But I know that like you always have your hustle. You always have that to go to. And like no matter what, if you're hustling, like you can win it. Like it puts you ahead of people so much.
And that's true. I mean, you're not going to shoot every night. You're not going to make them every night, but you can cause some serious problems with pressure.
Yeah.
So that's how you come to that. And do you also think it's part of you sitting out last year saying, hey, you know, it's not a guarantee that I'm here. So if I'm here, let's just give it everything.
Yeah, and it's part of my competitive nature too because like I'm one of those people who I hate losing, even like little games in school when they're like review games, like I hate losing them. So it's like one of those things where I'm doing whatever I can to win this basketball game. And so.
Now, Kelly, you know, you have the ball a lot in your hands. And there's times when you have to make decisions. You have to make, am I going to the basket or am I not going to the basket and I'm going to give the ball up? And sometimes you see traffic and you'll go to the basket. And sometimes I'm surprised when you go to the basket with what I see in front of you. So what's going through your head when you're trying to decide what to do?
Well, on our certain sets of Memphis, our coach has me out front or Anna out front, depending on like who she wants to drive. And I know that when she pulls me out of the corner that she just wants me to go. And I look at her a lot during each game and I just see it in her eyes that she wants me to drive and she needs me to drive. So I usually end up taking it, just like tucking it away, like at my side, and just going up with it. And some way somehow it falls a lot of the time when you don't think I'm gonna go, but I don't know how it goes in, but it just does.
Well, you played such a spectacular game at the Bryce Jordan Center, Kelly. You really did. And I mean, you just looked like you were fearless out there, and the stage wasn't too big for you. And when you had other kids in foul troubles, important kids in your team, you stepped up and did some really, I thought, some great stuff. Do you sometimes feel that, like, after you go to the basket and you're going into 2 or 3 people and you go up with the ball, do you sometimes say to yourself, maybe I shouldn't have tried to force it? Does that ever come to your head?
Yeah, I remember one, it was in the second half, I just took it and it just hit off the top of the backboard and just like bounced off completely, and I was like, that's not what we need. And that's what I think sometimes, just like it could have been that one more pass that would have been to Maddie, that she could have made that 3, or that pass to Liz that she could have like drove and we could have got the easy basket or something like that, or that dish to the forward. So I think about it a lot, but I don't know. I just don't let it. I don't think too much that it affects me.
You want to just be aggressive and attack the rim.
Yeah.
Emma, as I view you, I'm thinking you're not like the most vocal, one of the vocal kids on the team. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, that's
okay. So now next year though, you three are going to be like the leaders. And do you see that coming ahead of you next year, Emma? So how do you view your role on next year? Because people think, well, you know, Madison, Anna, them, they graduate now. Well, I guess that magic is over. Well, after watching you guys up at the State College and with some of the younger players underneath you guys, I don't think so. I think you guys have a chance to do some great things. So what's your thoughts as you look to next year and what you're going to be for these younger players now that you really have all this experience under your belt?
I mean, I think with being vocal, I'm really not. I'm kind of quiet out there. I tend to lead by example, but I'm going to try and be more vocal. I think I need to help out the younger kids a little bit.
Is that coming from you, or are other people telling you that?
Kind of both. I mean, I've always known I need to work on it. Like, even being a goalie, like, you have to be vocal, and I'm really not the most vocal one out there, but I'm going to try and work on it. I think they need me to do that.
Yeah, and you know, I understand, and for some people it's natural, and maybe it's not as natural for you, but you still can do it, and you can lead by example too. So, Liz, have you thought about that in next year and what your role is going to be?
Yeah, I think of myself as a vocal person. I talk a lot out there. I like talking. But so I think my role is just to like make sure, like, because I know when people are down and like you always need that person to come up to you and just say, hey, come on, let's focus on this. You got it. You know, and just pick them up and be stern with them, not super like, oh, it's okay, you'll get it next time, but stern enough so that it's not like they take it seriously.
Yeah, because you're competitive.
Right.
And Kelly, this will be interesting for you because you're the baby of the family. You have everyone telling you what to be and how to act your whole life. Now you come up into a situation where, you know, you always seem happy-go-lucky and you just kind of you're friendly. You know, that's how you seem, you know, to people from the outside. I think, and that's okay. And the question though now is you're now going to be the senior. And you're going to be one of the leading seniors. You three are going to be the leaders of this team. How do you view your role next year, Kelly?
Well, I know that Coach Odecker always talks to Anna about how like she's the quarterback of our team as the point guard. Like she's like the main person out there that like everything after Coach goes through Anna, and that's going to be me next year as point guard. So I think it's weird. I was just talking to people about it the other day. I was talking to Jordan Holmes' dad like 2 days ago, talking about how me and Emma and Liz are going to be the leaders, and I just can't, I don't know, it's just so weird. I like try not to think about it, I feel like, but I mean, I'm going to be ready when it comes, but.
So it almost sounds as if it's going to be most natural for Liz in this role because you're vocal in that regard anyway. But Emma's a little more quiet, and you know, this is going to be something new for you, Kelly. So, but I know Coach is going to be looking to you three because you guys did it on the court, and now she's going to want you to do it off the court because if you do a good job, who knows what you can accomplish, especially with your freshmen and sophomores that are moving up. So, it'll be interesting to see how hard was the Palumbo Center for you this year, Liz?
I don't even like talking about it.
Yeah, I don't.
It was hard because when you look back on it, sorry, I just stuttered like 5 times. When you look back on it, you know you're better than them, and it's frustrating because it seemed no matter what we did, nothing was falling, nothing was going our way. We hustled our butts off and we played hard, and it just. I mean, we even watching back on the film, when it was tied, we had 5 or 6 opportunities for easy layups that could have put us up 10, 12 points. And it's just nothing was working. And when I look back on it, it's more of like frustrating. It was a frustration. But it also, like Coach was saying earlier, like watching film, we were all just so pumped for the state playoffs. And we were like, all right, well, the next victim, we feel bad for them because we're going to go out there and we're just going to crush them and crush them and crush them until we get like what we want, which was a state title.
Yeah. How about you, Kelly? How did you handle that disappointment?
I think I might have taken it harder than anyone on our team. I was crying before the game was even over, like with seconds left. Like I just couldn't believe it for like weeks. I just blamed myself, and Coach Oldecker would text me every day, asking me if I was over it yet. I knew I was ready to move on, but I just couldn't. I just thought that it was my fault. Like the whole game was like my loss or whatever, and I couldn't get the fact that it wasn't just me out of my head. So I don't know. I thought it was really hard. So I told the seniors going into the States, like, I won't let you leave with a loss. And that's what I told them, like, when we were going out on the court. And I don't know, you just have to learn from your mistakes and just move on, I guess.
So have you been able to get rid of it and not internalize it so much?
No. I don't think I ever will. I think that every time I look back at my junior year, I'm going to think that it was my fault in so many different ways. But hopefully it doesn't affect me. But I mean,
No.
it hasn't right now. But
Well, I think, Kelly, I mean, what you did at State College was fantastic. And that was the bigger stage anyway.
Yeah.
They're both big deals. I mean, we know they're both big deals, but that was the biggest deal.
yeah.
And so that, I would think that that's got to help you.
Yeah, it does.
And it was nowhere near just your fault. It's a team game,
Yeah.
you know, but you just took it personal is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Emma, how about you? How'd you handle all that?
I mean, I really don't like losing. Like Liz said, like we come from a travel team. We all played together before. Like we never lost. We won every championship that I can remember. So it was hard losing. Like I think all of us took it really hard, took it really to heart. But I think we realized that there was a bigger stage that we needed to go on, and we needed to fulfill that.
And you did. And you did. It was really spectacular to see you come back. And I really do believe what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I think that's going to make you even stronger because, you know, you have bumps in the road, but you guys not only got over it, but you went and played that team again and wiped them out, and then on your way to a really spectacular finish up at State College. So you're always going to have that. But I got a feeling that you guys have some goals next year, huh? I mean, what are you thinking, Liz?
Well, obviously we won another state championship. That would be great. So that's our goal. I mean, what's that one saying? Shoot for the stars, and then you land on the moon or something like that.
I've never
okay.
heard that part of it.
Yeah, if you shoot for the stars, the worst you can do is land on the moon or something like that.
Mine is dream big, work hard. That's what I say. And I think that you guys have a chance to do great things next year. I think the three of you had incredible experience this year and were a real integral part of the success of this team. And you guys should be really proud of what you did to bring a state championship to Mount Lebanon. I mean, they don't just grow state championships on trees. So that's hard to do. That's hard to earn. And that team was no cupcake up at State College. They were good.
Yeah.
So you guys did a great job, and especially dealing with adversity and Palumbo being that and coming back so strong. I think that's what really is the real story of this team this year. So you have a lot to be proud about. And I'm glad you had a chance to come and spend some time with me, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves here today. And hopefully we'll do it again next year, and we can talk about some special stuff, but you got some work cut out for you in front of you, and I know you have a lot to do. But, you know, I hope you're enjoying Mount Lebanon High School, and it seemed like it has to be fun to win a state championship. So Liz, Kelly, Emma, thank you both or all three of you for coming. And I congratulate you on what you did, and I wish you the best of luck next year, and I'll be there to watch you. And I hope for the best for all three of you. And it's not just from basketball, but in your life ahead. So thanks for joining me, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed our show today, watching these really successful student athletes from Mount Lebanon High School and their coach and some of the great achievements that they've accomplished. I just want to leave you with this. Please be an organ donor. Give the gift of life. It's a gift that keeps on giving. And join us for another edition of the Lee Adams Show. Take care, everybody.